Yo, what's up guys? So today I want to talk about a device that I featured before on my channel many years ago, but I didn't get to talk about it really by itself. And you know, the past few years when I was staying at home during COVID, I actually did a retrospective of a lot of my retro devices. Those of you who watch my channel know that I collect a lot of retro gadgets, a lot of phones, UMPCs, netbooks, things like that, like phones, computers, laptops. Like I love all that stuff. So back in the day, I collected also a lot of other gaming stuff as well for retro gaming. So if you go back to my previous videos, like all the way back, maybe like 2014, 2015, I actually talked about this device, the Nvidia Shield Portable. And this is a very interesting device to me because it's an Android tablet essentially, but it has a built-in controller, and that makes it really good for playing games. And it's an old device now. This came out in 2013, so this is almost 10 years old now. It's 9 years old, right? So you're asking, what's a 9-year-old device? You know, what can you still do with it? Actually, this thing is still really good for playing retro games, especially on emulation. And this was my main gaming device for emulated games, basically, for a very long time. And I still have it because it's still kind of unique in its own way. And in a way, I still think that this device, especially the controller, I still really like it. And I still think it's really good for retro gaming. So I've used a whole bunch of other devices, Android devices and Linux devices that were meant for retro gaming. I actually had a video comparing this to the Open Pandora, which is kind of a homebrew Linux device that's more than just it's more than just for playing games. It's a full-fledged computer, basically UMPC, but it was also really good for playing games and had analog controls and stuff like that, and all the face buttons for playing the games. So compared it to that. So yeah, I played with the Open Pandora before, which is actually a pretty rare device now. I tried the Xperia Play, which is the smartphone that's meant for, actually it's really good for playing retro games as well, but it's kind of the slide up smartphone that Sony made back in the day that has like gaming controls on it basically. And yeah, like all the other devices I've tried, the PSP Go I've tried as well, that's been hacked to play emulators. The GPD devices, I've used the XD Plus, a device that's really meant for emulation, and most recently I'm using the Razer Phone 2 with the Razer Jungle Cat controllers attached to it, and I did a video on this as well. And yeah, this is a pretty nice device, right? Like the Jungle Cat controllers, it just fits into the Razer Phone 2 case and just slides it in just like Nintendo Switch. And the Razer Phone 2 is very powerful. It's got nice speakers, it's got a nice display, fast, I think it's 120 hertz refresh rate. So very nice refresh rate and good specs, very fast. Yeah, sound and everything. But I don't know, it just still something makes me want to go back to this device sometimes. And I think it's because the Razer Phone 2 is, obviously it's a lot more powerful. Like this is from 2013. The Razer Phone 2 is from 2018. It's a lot more powerful, and these controllers are fine. Razer did a good, they did a pretty good job on it, of course, right? Razer's been known for making gaming peripherals for a long time. That's the core of their business. I just feel like this was maybe a little bit too clicky, and it's clicky to the point where it feels a little bit too flimsy sometimes. So yeah, like when I'm using these controls on the Razer Phone 2 using the Jungle Cat controller, like you can hear it, right? We can hear it, right? It's very clicky and tactile, but it's a little bit too much to the point where I feel like it's pretty flimsy, actually, almost. It's not very solid, right? It's just almost too clicky. And yeah, I guess that's why Razer doesn't really advertise the Jungle Cats anymore. Now they advertise the Kishi and the Kishi 2. They have a new version of the Kishis now, the Kishi 2s. So yeah, I think that's the problem with the Jungle Cats. And plus, you need to charge them separately. So you have USB-C inputs on both of these controllers. So you need to charge, basically, if you want to play games on the Razer Phone 2 using these controllers, you got to charge each of these to full. So that's kind of annoying. And then you got to charge the phone itself too as well. So you got to charge 3 things, basically, in order to actually play some retro, emulator games or something on here. So although this is powerful and I like the specs on this, and the controller is pretty decent, but it's not perfect, right? And that's what makes me almost want to go back to the Nvidia Shield Portable, even though it's an old device, right? This is from 2013, but still, the controls on this device and the speakers and the specs it's still good, and it's good enough. All right, let's take a look at the specs of this device. So this runs an Nvidia Tegra 4 processor, 1.9 gigahertz quad-core ARM chip, 2 gigs of RAM, and 16 gigs of storage space. And I think this was one of the, if not the most powerful Android tablet when it first came out. And Nvidia has made other devices since. They made a tablet before with a more powerful chip in it. I think it was the Nvidia K1 or whatever. And then they made the home set-top box and then had a separate controller. And I use that at home, actually. I hook it up to my TV, and you can use it for basically anything. Like you can use it for Netflix, you can use it for YouTube, you can use it for playing retro emulator games, which is what I use it for. So that's really nice too. But Nvidia has never gone back to this portable form factor, and unfortunately this is the only model of the portable that they released, which is kind of unfortunate because this is a really nicely designed and built device. So let me open it up. So it's clamshell, and when you open it up, this display is it's a 5-inch 1280 by 720 IPS, so it's nothing special, not high resolution or anything. What's special about it is the built-in controllers and the fact that this is really designed for gaming. I mean, nice pair of front-facing stereo speakers here, by the way. You guys can hear it later, but I think these are really nice. Still really nice, actually. And then this D-pad, probably the best D-pad I've used on like something like this. Like, compared to my Razer Jungle Cats, it's a better D-pad than my Razer Jungle Cat controllers, and these had to be bought separately. Now, I haven't tried the Razer Kishis or anything, or the Razer Raiju. Those are the other mobile controllers that Razer has released, but the Jungle Cat controllers are just, yeah, a little bit too flimsy. The D-pad on the Nvidia Shield is great. The face buttons are very nice and big, easy to press, very solid and responsive. The analog control sticks here, again, very nicely designed, very solid, easy to like use and hold. That's why I keep coming back to the Nvidia Shield Portables, because even when I use stuff like the GPD XT Plus or the Razer phone with the Jungle Cat controllers, like, yeah, these are nice. This is a nice controller, but I still prefer the Nvidia Shield more. So, yeah, it's still not as good as the Nvidia Shields, even though this is like a lot newer, right? So, yeah, I mean, I still go back to the Nvidia Shield, and I mean, I can still. Look, it still connects to Android. This runs Android 5.1, by the way. So it's definitely not been updated for a while. Not since 2016, I believe. So, I mean, yeah, you can tell that it's definitely slow. Unfortunately, yeah, Nvidia has never made a successor to the portable. But it's really kind of a shame because it's really nice. I mean, the controller here, I still prefer this controller out of all the devices I've tried. Like I said, the Xperia Play, PSP Go, Razer Jungle Cats with my Razer Phone 2, the GPD XT Plus, Pandora, whatever have it. Like, yeah, I've tried all of those. I still prefer the Nvidia Shield's controller the most. Going over some of the other stuff, so you guys saw the main controllers on here, but there's also a volume. This is to quickly adjust the... Actually, this is on the older version of Android, so there's not an easy way to actually adjust the volume on here like on the phone. So you have to press this, and then the volume will come up, yeah, like that. This one is to play pause media, although I've turned it into a start button when playing games. This one is the back button, and then this is the go home button, and then this is bring up. Actually, this brings up like a special Nvidia launcher, I believe. No. The problem with this, of course, is that it's old, so it's slow. Yeah, this is from 2013. So, okay, Nvidia Games, and this is a touchscreen, so yeah, like most, it's an Android tablet, so of course, requires an update. Okay, of course it does. Yeah, that's really the only main issue with this device. I really like the hardware, just the software is outdated, so it's very slow, but it can still run the games fine. And yeah, at least it can still connect to Google Play Store, right? Yeah, that's being updated right now. Let's actually take a look quickly at the ports. So on the back here, you have a micro SD card slot, and then a mini HDMI. Yep, this is a mini, so you need a special cable for this. That's not very common. It's not micro HDMI, it's not full size, it's a mini. Micro USB, of course, which was standard back in 2013 for charging stuff. headphone jack, and you get, yeah, shoulder buttons here, left and right shoulder buttons, and left and right trigger buttons. Really all you need, right, for retro gaming. So yeah, let's check out some games on this. Show you guys that the games still run pretty nicely. So let's try a game of try Duke Nukem 3D actually. All right, we're starting up Duke Nukem 3D, which I believe is actually not even available on the App Store anymore. I got this back in 2015 when it was available. Okay. Nice, you hear that? That's the stereo speakers. We can actually increase it. Let's put it up to full here. Guys can hear the full power. Come on. There you go. It's full power. And actually, when you boot up a game like this, it activates the game mapper. So that's kind of like a tool. Actually, I remember back when this came out, I was comparing it to the WikiPad. The WikiPad was like another gaming tablet that had like a docking station thing with a controller. That one also had like a mapper where you can map the buttons to the proper things in the game here. Like on a touchscreen game, you can map, you know, what physical button presses where. So the Nvidia Shield had a mapper too. And also I have these other apps, the APC gamepad. This is to connect to my laptop. I actually did a video on this before. I can connect it to my laptop and use this as a gaming controller for my laptop or for your PC, right? So that's cool. You can use this as a gaming controller for a PC. But yeah, back to the game. All right, so let's start a new game here. Just do Ella Meltdown. Let's rock. Okay, so I think this is already mapped properly. So yeah, I can still use this too. Game. Oh, okay, there's some freezing sometimes in this game. I don't think there was before. It might be just because, yeah, this is so old now. This console. Oh man. Okay, let's jump up. Alright, let's get the rocket launcher here.
Hail to the king, baby.
This guy here. Ah. What's the use button here? This is crouch, jump. That's what this one is. Okay, yeah, this is the use button. Cool. Yeah, it looks like all the buttons are mapped fine, and the game is, yeah, it'll freeze sometimes. I mean, if you have some patience, it's still playable. So, because most of the time it's fine, it just freezes sometimes. Yeah. Yep, see it'll freeze there.
Let God sort him out.
God sort him out.
What a mess.
Yep, so I mean it'll freeze sometimes. Most of the time I'd say it's okay, it's playable. Yep, it's freezing. Yeah. Alright, so that's Duke Nukem 3D. And you can see that's how the game mapper works. Is yeah, you can, all the on-screen controls or whatever you can map to the buttons here. Actually, it might have been freezing because I was actually downloading stuff in the background. I think it was actually downloading updates, so that might be why it was freezing. Let's try GTA Vice City. Yeah, let's see. Again, I love the speakers on this thing. Yeah, these speakers are really good for a portable device like this. still for like an Android device, not many devices have speakers better. Yeah, I mean, as great as my Razer Phone 2 speakers are, I still prefer the speakers on the Nvidia Shield Portable.
Get some sleep, he says. I have been sitting in this...
Okay, so this is GTA Vice City with the game mapper properly mapping the controls, I guess. Okay.
This is the Senior's Lane, little one.
Okay. Oh shit, what's going on? Some weird stuff going on there. Oh shit. Oh, lady wants to fight me. Okay. Can I take a car?
Terrible bad traffic.
So again, occasional freezing. It might be because I'm downloading app updates in the background though. And you know, this processor is kind of an old one. It was a really good processor for its time, but definitely 9 years old now. Still, the fact that it's able to connect to Google Play Store in 2022 is pretty amazing. A lot of old Android phones can't even connect to Google Play Store anymore. So, yeah. Oh no. It's freezing a bit. Alright, well, it looks like all map's fine now. Alright, cool. Let's go back. Double click there, yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's still it's downloading stuff, that's probably why. Now let's try some emulation. Like I said, this is a great device for retro emulation. Start at the easiest console to emulate, which is the Atari 2600. Go up here, storage devices. There we go. Atari 2600. Didn't exist actually. Oh, there's a Mega Man here. Let's try to see what that is. Okay, player one. Okay, let's see what that is. Oh, okay, it's not what I was expecting. It's not the Mega Man I was expecting, but okay. I guess Space Invaders thing. Well, obviously Atari can be emulated. That's very easy to do. Now go up to NES level. No game here. Now I know there's Mega Man on NES. This was definitely on NES. Yes, Mega Man 2, please. Right, so this is Mega Man on NES. Stuff going on. Let's try, let's see. I mean, Super Mario is always a classic. Super Mario 3 is a classic on here. What a classic this game is. Alright, that's NES. Moving up, kind of actually moving up. We can try Game Boy Color. We can go through all these emulators actually. Super Mario Land. Yeah, classic. Oh. I actually like the theme song of this game. It's really nice theme song for what it is. It's the early Game Boy title. It's since it's on the color, it's been colorized. Originally, of course, Game Boy games were in green, this like weird green color, so it didn't look very good. So this looks way better than any old school Game Boy. Yeah, the best Super Mario Land has looked. Anyways, you guys get the idea. That's Game Boy. Obviously easy to emulate. Oh, alright, let's try Game Gear next. I wonder what Game Gear games I have. Let's try Sonic Triple Trouble right here. This is a Game Gear only Sonic game. Pretty simple, just like Game Boy, it's pretty simple. Game Gear games, though, in general, look better than Game Boy games. They're more advanced. Okay. Anyways, that's Game Gear. Next, I guess. Oh, it's like still downloading stuff. Let's try PC Engine. TurboGrafx 16. R-Type. Yeah. Classic shooter game. Yeah, the D-pad, I really like the D-pad on the Shield. Really nice D-pad. Alright, that's TurboGrafx 16. Super Nintendo. Let's try that next. So many good Super Nintendo games. Let's just do Battletoads. Yep. Yeah, let's go there. The mightiest foot. Come on. Like all beat 'em ups, this game is really good with another player. Played this with my brother a lot back in the day. This and Double Dragon, Final Fight, I mean, it'll beat 'em up something. Alright. So yeah, that's Nintendo. We can do Mega Drive, aka Sega Genesis. Storage media. Nope. Gunstar Heroes. It's a classic. Oh shit, this is for 2-player. Hold on. Alright. So Gunstar Heroes is my classic. Great shooter. I personally like it better than Contra. You know, I know a lot of people like Contra. I like Gunstar Heroes better than Contra. The stage. Oh well. Anyways, guys, see, this is Gunstar Heroes. Really fun game. Let's definitely know it. Yeah. And then we can do next Game Boy Advance. Do Game Boy Advance. It's a quick Game Boy Advance game I can show. It's Mario Kart Super Circuit. Try that one. Yep. Yoshi, huh? Nice. Alright, so yeah, this Game Boy Advance obviously runs really well. The Atari Jaguar, I guess we can even try an Atari Jaguar game. It's got to be Doom on here, right? Yeah, it has to be Doom's on everything. New game. Okay. Yes. So this is Doom on the Atari Jaguar emulator on Nvidia Shield Portable. This I don't think this emulator runs super well though. I mean, look at this. Yeah, that's not very good. Oh no. It's not a very good. I don't think this is very playable. The sound's all messed up too. So yeah, this emulator, there's something weird with the Atari Jaguar emulator here. But this is definitely not how Doom is supposed to sound or play like. It's a lot faster than this. Oh my god, the sound is so weird. No. Okay, Atari Jaguar is kind of a fail. Let's try N64. Let's see. Let's do... I mean, GoldenEye is always a classic, right? Let's do GoldenEye. So here's GoldenEye 007. Okay. Yeah, you guys pretty well on the Newton 64. I don't remember the PlayStation 1 actually even having as many good first-person shooters. I mean, PlayStation 1 has a lot of good games, just not first-person shooters. And that's where the N64, I think, that's the high point of the N64. The N64 didn't have as many good games in general as PS1, but it had the FPS games for sure. Alright, so might be a little bit slower, but it's overall playable. Then try the PS1. Yeah, let's play Jax. Yeah, the other ones are RPGs, so it'll take way too long to show them. Jax 3, Deep Cover. I don't think I've actually played this game. Let's try Jax then. Jax is a fun game though. Nice alternative to Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. So let's check the 3D platformer stuff going on here.
Sir, it seems you can rotate your view using the shoulder buttons.
This can actually go in.
Welcome, sir. Please, come on in. Entering the training area should allow you to brush up on your skills.
Sure, let's do that.
Press the attack button to tail whack those hideous dummies.
Yeah, anyways, there's a PS1 emulator on here. Runs fairly well, I think. Then I have actually a Dreamcast emulator. Let's see, Raycast. Oh, does it run? No, it doesn't. Or the Raycast emulator. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get the Dreamcast emulator to run. Well, PSP at least, I think, is probably the most powerful emulator I can run on here then. Let's just do... Oh, there's Tekken on here. Let's do Soul Calibur. Yeah, it's a good one to show off. Where is it? God of War. Oh, it's because this Kratos is probably like a guest character in this game. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, nice roster focus here. And you still have a Korean girl, of course. I always pick a Korean girl if it's available. So let's try that. Talon.
Only the strongest will be chosen.
Okay, let's go. I'm not afraid anymore.
Battle 1. Fight.
Yeah, it brings me back to the days when I first played like Soul Calibur 2, I think was the first one I played on the original Xbox, and that was, those graphics actually kind of blew me away at the time. Yeah, and these graphics are pretty good.
Battle 2.
I mean, PS2 graphics have always been, I think, in between PS1 and PS2 graphics, I'd say. So yeah, pretty good, pretty decent.
Battle 3. Fight.
Two battles here. Oh my god.
You win.
Won't lose, Father.
Alright, so that's probably the most powerful emulator running on the Nvidia Shield Portable is the PSP emulator here. I think Dreamcast emulator at one point did run, but anyways. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's the Nvidia Shield Portable. Like I said, I think it's still a really good device for retro emulation, even today, like 9 years later. Things I like about it over the Razer Phone 2 that I have, like I said, this is my current, I guess, one that I use more, but that's just because the Razer Phone 2 is obviously a lot more powerful. But the controllers, I still prefer the Nvidia Shield controllers. Like, this is still the best one I've used out of all the retro emulator gaming handhelds that I've used before. The D-pad's great, analog sticks, face buttons, trigger buttons, speakers. I mean, overall, it's still a really great device. It's just a shame that Nvidia never made another one. They really should have, because they did a really good job on this. So yeah, that's it. Just want to show off a retrospective of the Nvidia Shield Portable. It's 9 years old now, almost 10 years old, but still, if you're looking for a an Android device that can run like the emulators and stuff like that, and even like mobile games still pretty well, I'd say. I think check it out. I mean, even though it runs Android 5.1, I mean, still, it's still good enough to run a lot of the old school games. So that's it, guys. As always, let me know if you have any questions or comments, and as always, thanks for watching.